Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's video, I'm going to talk through some of the supplies, in this case the shelving units that I use for storing my inventory. Someone asked in a recent video what shelving units I use, so I thought I would talk through which shelving units I own that I would buy again and which shelving units I own that where I would buy probably a different type of replacement instead. So first off, this shelf over here is a great shelving unit. It is 18 inches deep, 60 inches wide, and 72 inches tall. It's the perfect depth shelving unit for storing the monster 5-row boxes that I use for storing inventory. And I think it's a really good storage unit for anyone starting out for sure. And I would definitely buy this shelving unit again. It is a good size shelf. It was a very affordable price. I bought this one at a local hardware type store called Menards. I know that's more of a regional type store in the upper Midwest, I believe, but you can find shelving units just like this at Home Depots, Lowe's, whatever, and also on Amazon. So I'll find a comparable shelving unit to this one on Amazon and I'll share it in the link below. But this particular one, I believe the brand is Muscle Rack. I got it on a really good deal at Menards. A very affordable shelving unit. This style shelving unit, it is steel, and it's got the particle board press board as the shelves. It's about 1/4 inch thick, I believe, press board, so it's not designed for a lot of weight, but because it's a little bit of a lighter duty steel and a lighter duty shelving unit, it is a lot cheaper than some of the other shelving units that you can find out there. So that is a great starting point for sure. And even where I'm at now, where I've got a decent amount of inventory to store, I would still buy this shelving unit again 10 times out of 10. Main reason I bought it is because it fit the space I had the best. There's a wall, can't really see it here, but on this wall there is a window, and that shelving unit pretty much fits the exact width of the wall before you get to the window perfectly. Like the next size up would be too wide of a shelf to fit where I had it. So that's the main reason I bought this one. And this was actually one of the most recent shelves that I bought, because these shelves over here are the main shelves that I started with, and they work okay for sealed product. They would work okay for using a 5-row, but a lot of the smaller product doesn't work very well. So I did end up having to buy, probably not gonna be able to see it, but there's these little plastic shelf liner things that I had to buy from Uline, because these are steel shelving units that are adjustable height, and the shelf is just wire mesh. So I bought it again. It was a really good sale at Menards. These particular units were $200 to get 2 of them, so $100 each. They're normally about $100. Sorry, they're normally about $200 each, from what I've seen now for similar style shelving units. It was a pre-packaged bundle of steel shelving units. Again, it's adjustable heights. And there's 4 shelves with wire racks. But again, because of the wire racks and a lot of the boxes not wanting to stand up very well, I did have to spend quite a bit of money buying these plastic shelf toppers. I didn't have to. The other one I have over here off camera, I basically just cut up cardboard and laid the cardboard down instead. It doesn't look as nice, doesn't hold up as well, but eventually I'll probably upgrade that one to having those shelf covers, whatever you want to call them, shelf liners. I don't know what they're actually called, but I would probably not buy this one again. In fact, I definitely would not buy this one again. These 2 that I bought, again, they were the first 2 shelving units that I purchased when I started my business a year and a half, 2 years ago, and year and a half ago. And really I bought them because they happened to be a really good price. Going back, like if I had to buy shelving units again with the cash flow that I have going now, I would just pay the extra money to get something like what's behind the camera. And I'm going to spin the camera around in a second to show you guys. But Menards also sells modular units where you buy the two end pieces that you want, you buy all the cross pieces that you want to the length of your choosing, and then you buy the shelving or tabletops to fit whatever size you get. So I bought a super deep one. It's a 2-foot depth one and 8-foot wide. So I only had the choice of buying their modular particle board. Basically what you do is you buy these little 2-foot sections, and they have little tongue and grooves routed into them, and you push them together. You actually have to use like a hammer because it's pretty tight, but essentially you push them together and they become one top unit. If I were to choose something more like this, or this size, where it wasn't a full 2 feet, sorry, actually these are 2-foot depth. Now that I think about it, the one behind the camera that I'll show in a second, it's a 30-inch depth. So if I would have chosen a 2-foot depth like this, or an 18-inch depth like this, I could have purchased just pre-cut countertops essentially. Menards has tons of different sizes of them. I'm sure Home Depot, Lowe's, all those types of stores would have them as well, but essentially they're just press board with like a laminate top on them. You can get different patterns or just plain white. You've all seen them. And you basically just buy the one that fits whatever configuration you buy. But because I bought the 30-inch extra deep one because it's my shipping station, they don't make them 30 inches wide. The widest those prefab ones go are 24 inches. So then I had to buy the ones specifically for these types of shelving units. So I'm going to spin this camera around here and show you this shelving unit. This is by far my favorite shelving unit that I have. It is, again, fully modular. You buy the cross pieces and the end pieces and the top pieces separately, like I said. See if you can see here. You can see the tongue and groove of the tops that you just hammer in together to pull them tight. I would definitely buy this every time over any of the other shelving units I've had, now that I'm at the point where I'm at with being able to pay for things and having the cash flow. So those modular ones I just showed you, if I were to start from scratch again and I had the cash flow that I have now, I would buy those units for every one of them, hands down, no questions asked. They are the most expensive unit, but they're also the sturdiest and the most customizable to fit my needs. And you can always adjust them and customize them to different configurations in the future. So like the one I just showed you, it's like a 30-inch tall by 30-inch deep, or 36-inch tall by 30-inch deep unit. But if I ever wanted it to be taller, I could just buy different end pieces and reuse all the other parts that I have and then buy additional shelves to make it taller. So I really like the fact that it's customizable and I can buy extra parts to it in the future and change the configuration. And you can even make them connect like in L shapes and things like that, or multiple heights. You could have like half of it be the 36-inch height and then another half be 6 feet tall to have shelves on one side and then a shipping station on the other. So I really like the customizable modular style of that. And that one table that I showed you, again, it's 8 feet wide and only 2 shelves. That one configuration was the same price as those 2 shelves that I paid $200 combined for. Actually, that modular one was, I think, more like 250 bucks. So it's definitely the most expensive route to go. But if this is going to be a long-term business for you, or you're already in a ways and you got steady cash flow and you want to upgrade, I would definitely go that route. I will link similar products to this shelf here and this shelf here on Amazon that I can find. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find something modular like that on Amazon, because that is a Menards type product. But again, I'm guessing Home Depot and Lowe's and other stores like that also have options that are similar. So if you're out there trying to figure out how you're going to store things, wondering what kind of shelves you need or should have, number one, if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot to work with, try to find something like this one here. This shelf was, I think, under 100 bucks. I think it was 80 bucks when I got it on sale. You can buy smaller ones or used ones for cheaper than that as well. So that's another idea. Check Facebook Marketplace. Look for shelving units that people don't need anymore. A lot of times there's practically brand new shelving units that you can find on Facebook Marketplace for a fraction of the cost. And that's actually what I tried to do first, but I'm not in a super huge populous area, so sometimes finding stuff like that is very hit and miss, and at the time of me needing things like right now, there just weren't any available. So keep an open mind to that as well. Don't be shy or afraid to buy something used. Like, if it's clean and sturdy, who cares if it's used, right? That's my piece of advice. Start with something like this. If you are starting out and you already have a good chunk of money that you're willing to invest into the business, or you've got good cash flow going in, I would recommend investing in the higher quality shelves that are modular and customizable in the future. So you can go either route. There's nothing wrong with either route. You can always start here and upgrade later as well. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, whatever it may be, let me know. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking the video, subscribing, and commenting below more ideas on things you want me to talk about in the future. We'll see you guys next time. God bless.